If you are among the record-setting number of people getting or trying to get help from the state, we are providing some answers to your questions right now. It's Your Money, Your Questions with Nancy Marshall, the Acting Director of Kent County's Department of Human Services. Nancy, thanks for joining us today.
Sure.
Well, the email questions that we're getting with are dealing a lot with Medicaid, and that's the whole thing that we're going to tackle first. So Charlene from Greenville wants to know why she can't get Medicaid. She's been struggling to find a job since Electrolux closed, even with retraining, and now she has mounting medical bills.
When I went in there looking for Medicaid, they kept asking me, well, do you have any children? Are you expecting any children? Do you live with any children? And then when I turned it in up to DHS, you know, they said, they went through it and looked and they go, oh, well, you're not going to qualify. So here I'm being responsible by not going out and having children for everybody else to raise, basically, because of the fact that I have no income, and because of that I can't get help. It's like I'm being punished for being responsible.
And that was Charlene. If she had children, would that have improved her chances of getting Medicaid, Nancy? Let's talk about that.
Well, you know, we have lots of different Medicaid programs. There are actually about 36 programs or so. A lot of them are geared towards family and children. We actually have two categories.
Okay.
The family categories include children from newborn up to age 21. It includes the caretaker relatives or parents and the pregnant women. Then we have the adult Medicaid programs, and for those programs you either have to be disabled, legally blind, or age 65 or older.
So tell us a little bit more. We're looking at a graphic right now on our page to help talk about some of those guidelines. Let's talk a little bit about income guidelines. There's a lot of range there.
Yes, there is. That varies from below poverty level all the way up to 200% of poverty level. And so all of the different programs fall into these different categories, and the income guidelines are different for a lot of them. Now, in addition to the Medicaid programs that we have, in the state of Michigan, we also have the adult medical program. That's totally state-funded program.
Okay.
It's intended to help cover adults that are not eligible for Medicaid. The income guidelines and asset guidelines are different. They're quite a bit lower. But the problem or the issue with that program, we love that program, but it only has open enrollment periods during a certain period of time.
Okay.
So for Charlene, she could only apply and get on it when we have open enrollment.
Okay.
Now that program is administered by Kent Health Plan here in Kent County. They also have a program that they run, so if people go to kenthealthplan.org, they can see if there's open enrollment at the regular Kent Health Plan program. But the news media always lets everybody know when our open enrollment for the adult Medicaid program is. Okay,
Nancy, thank you so much. It's Your Money, Your Questions, and coming back at 5:50 or so, Nancy will be answering more questions, so make sure to stay with us for that. Your Money, Your Questions. Susie, food stamps for college students. That is the focus of Your Money, Your Questions right now. Nancy Marshall, Acting Director of Kent County's Department of Human Services, is here once again answering those questions for us. Thank you for staying with us. We're getting emails from college students asking how they can get food stamps, but we're also getting emails from people like Chris in Granville who writes this. I would like to know why I get $16 a month on my bridge card and these college students are getting $200 a month. You can't tell me their parents are not helping them. These kids are getting bridge cards because their friends are getting them. That's abusing the system for us who are struggling and are unemployed. Do you realize you can't buy much for $16 nowadays? That's a slap in the face. I want fair treatment. You try buying something for $16 at the grocery store. Nancy, who would qualify for $16 a month? That doesn't sound like much. What would be the qualifications there?
Well, there's a lot of variables with the food stamp program, but basically the budget that we do is the same across the board for everybody. Normally, somebody who gets $16 worth of food stamps has higher income, and they don't have enough of expenses that we can count to bring that income down so that we can give them more food stamps. Food stamps is intended to help supplement somebody's income. Mm-hmm. With students, we look at what their income is that's coming in. Mm-hmm. For example, if they get money from their parents, if they work, those kind of things. So the criteria for a student to get food stamps...
Let's take a look at that, because we have a graphic right now explaining which students qualify for food stamps. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we look at people who are 18 or over. They might be in college, a trade school, a vocational school. We have a lot more non-traditional students nowadays than we ever have before. One of the things that we realize is that the way out of poverty is to get a college education. So in addition to all of the other criteria that everybody else have to meet, college students have additional criteria.
Oh, okay.
They must work at least 20 hours a week, or they must be in a work-study program, or they have to be a parent of children of a certain age. That's all they find out. Other criteria might be that they could be in a training or retraining program that's been approved. So that's additional things that they have to meet that other people don't.
Okay.
Now,
many variables in that.
Certainly. Now,
we only have about 15 seconds left.
Quickly, if somebody suspects that a student is getting food stamps fraudulently, they can go to our website at www.michigan.gov/DHS and report the fraud to us.
Thank you, Nancy.